Hey friends, happy Monday morning. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Hey guys, I just wanted to share what was on my heart this morning, something that I really, really hope blesses you. So yesterday, Larry and I, we attended Hope's high school graduation. Let me tell you what, it was a bittersweet moment, but she is such a beautiful young girl, and I'm just so happy that she's ready to get out into the world and to make a difference. But speaking of that, guys, and I don't know about you, but it just seems like yesterday that I was graduating from high school, and looking back on my life, you know, I watched these graduates, how they crossed the stage, and they said they wanted to do this and they wanted to do this. And, you know, that was the same ambition that I had. But looking back, now that I'm 52, I look back and see so many of the things that I thought were important, so many things that I chased after, so many things that I thought would fill this void in my heart were meaningless. They were absolutely meaningless. They were like chasing after the wind. You couldn't take hold of them. It wasn't until I met Jesus Christ and realized that as St. Augustine once said, that my heart was restless until it rested in him. And this is my point, guys. So Solomon, who had all wisdom, it was King David's son. Solomon, in the book of Ecclesiastes, he was looking back at his life. So here he had utter wisdom, but he starts off the book talking about his life, saying meaningless, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Now, he wasn't talking about just life was meaningless. He was saying that life without God, without doing his will, was meaningless. And he goes on to talk about why. He talks about everything that he acquired, all of the pleasures that he had. In one point, he says that I denied myself nothing, but he said all of this, it was like chasing after the wind. Here, Solomon was, you know, in the world's eyes, totally successful. He had tons of chariots. He had hundreds of wives, hundreds of concubines. He had gold, silver, amassed more than he could ever spend in 20 lifetimes, you know. But here at the end of the book, this is what he says. After all of this, you know, he says that, he says, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of man. Solomon summed it up. He said, look, people, don't make the same mistakes I did. All of this, everything you could acquire in life is like chasing after the wind. In the end of it all, it's meaningless. Only a life lived for God to bring him glory has any lasting value. And I love that, because truly, guys, our hearts are restless until they rest in him. You know, I've lived long enough to see people chasing after things to fill their heart, whether it's drugs, it's alcohol, it's people, it's possessions, you name it. But nothing will ever fill us besides Jesus Christ. We were meant to abide in him and him to abide in us. So guys, I really hope that blesses you. Let us live a life focused on Christ, serving others, because truly at the end of the day, that's the only life that'll matter. Guys, I hope that blesses you. I'm finished up my run and get off to the best job ever. It's going to be a great